Hello, my friends, and welcome to some Wednesday Wisdom with Cindy. This week's blog I titled For Grief's Sake. My journey, my continuing journey from loss to gain. Over the last several months, even a year, I have learned an awful lot about grieving and loss. I have learned that there's over 42 different types of losses. A lot of times we think of grieving as, when we've lost our spouse or our kids or our grandparents or our parents, and how we grieve, we expect that. We expect grieving over those things. But what about loss through divorce? What about loss of relationship? What about loss of trust or loss of security, loss of job, loss of finances, loss of relationship with a loved one? Our family has experienced a loss of relationship with a loved one, and it has torn all of our hearts out. But we never saw it as grieving until I reached out to a grief recovery specialist named Rosie Fox, and I started to learn how to properly grieve. And that it's okay to show your emotions. It's okay. We have to work to complete the loss. We've been conditioned since we were little to don't cry, right? To be strong for others, that time will heal, that you can replace the loss, right? You can get a new dog when your dog passes away. All these things. Well, when we start stuffing all of this under the rug or putting it into the pot and putting the lid on, eventually, especially when you hit midlife, you've accumulated quite a bit of loss in your life. And if you don't know how to deal with it, that is going to boil over. And it can boil over into addictions. And we normally think of addictions, with drugs and alcohol. But what about food addictions? What about eating for comfort? What about spending addictions? We laugh and call it retail therapy, but are you spending to bring yourself comfort and it's causing a financial situation within your household? There's all kinds of things that we do to massage the loss instead of bringing it out into the open and working through it. So I encourage you today to read the blog. See if you identify with anything in there. And then if you are recovering from a loss, which most of us are, that you've been shoving under the rug, reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you. Okay, here we go. From loss to gain. All right, it's a beautiful life. Don't waste it being stuck. Let's raise our hand and get some help. Okay, take care.